Welcome to this Let's Play where we are looking at the campus DLC for Cities Skylines. In the last part we made a start over here on our new city, and this is where I want to continue. But before that I want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing is here. I was looking at these areas here and they're not producing very much, and I think the problem is that they're not really in forest areas. So I mean, ideally I could probably min-max it better, but I think I'm going to leave that there. So this is the point, guys. When you're building this forestry industrial area, and when you put these trees down, they've got to be on the areas where the forestry actually is. This area is doing very well at the moment. I mean, it's. Let's just have a quick look. Just a quick check if I can find it. Yeah, you can see that's up to level 5, so it's actually built up quite well. This part of the city is really stable. Just to show you, traffic-wise, everything's settled down. We've got a couple of hotspots, but nothing major, and I think that's quite important that this part of the city is settled down, and this is why I want to leave this part alone, because I want to expand out this area, because you can see we've got demand for residential and commercial. And before I do anything, what I want to do is just unlock this area here so that I don't have to worry about the things. If any of you guys who have never played the game before, the standard game allows you to unlock 9 tiles. What I've done is I've used the mod that allows me to unlock 25 tiles. In fact, it's just I've got loads of cash. So this just opened up there. I'm not going to unlock down here, but that gives me a nice open work area. And more importantly, it allows me to zoom the camera over, because the camera will only go to the edge of the map that you've got open. So sometimes it just pays, if once your city gets to a certain size, just to unlock the extra tiles, even if you're not going to build them. I mean, it's not like I'm short of cash. And the first thing I want to do is work on this area. My little park over here is not really working that well. And just before I started recording, I looked at this, and this is awful. I kind of put this in on a little bit of a whim, and I don't think it really works. So we're just going to put that out here. And what I'm thinking is we're going to have a roundabout. Isn't that a surprise? And what we got here? We got, I think if we start about here and come in, maybe we go for a 180 here, like this. And what I'm doing is working on this area here, just to give a boost to the deal with this demand here. So just going to just drop this in here like that, and just I'm going the wrong way round. We'll try and do at least one of these roundabouts one day in the right direction. And we can then. I don't want this to be too busy, because I'm not going to expand much further out this way. I mean, although we've got a source of water here, and we could put dirty water in here and try and flood these canyons, couldn't we? I don't know if that would actually work. Don't want to pollute the environment. Right, let's back to here. I think what we're going to do is just upgrade this to 2-lane highway, so there's a bit of extra speed. What's the speed limit on here? Yeah, so we got some speed, but at the same time it's not going to be massive like that. So we should be okay like that. And then what we're going to do is come here, just get a little bit of wiggly curved road. And I think you can just come out like that. And then we could join this area here, and I could use this structure from here to here. But as I said, one of the joys of once you get to about 75,000 is you can start to experiment and do things which are a bit more off the wall. I think maybe we'll just come across like that, and then we can, and I always like to do this, and that can come there, and that can come there, and that avoids the traffic lights. I'm just going to stick that off there. If you get these one-way slip roads, you don't get the traffic lights on the junctions. I think just to keep the theme going, and I come out like that, maybe going slightly off the wall like that. And again, you can just connect up like that. We've now got this nice area here for a new residential area. I could put an... I don't really like these big wide roads. So what we're going to do then is... I don't want to connect, so what we're going to do is one in like that, and maybe we're like another one off like that. And we can come up like that. And maybe just get close enough. I'm going to build a British housing estate now, and I think I've mentioned this in previous videos. When it comes to gridding, the concept has completely escaped town planners. Oh, great. Hey, thank you, game. Right. Disaster risk. Okay. Oh, well, it's going to strike out here. Okay. Ah. So we're going to get another meteor crater over here. It'll be okay, but we may get some damage in this area. I think what we're going to do, I need to get a high school in here. I was looking at this before, and I've built this up. Well, we could get a high school in there. What we're going to have to do is make sure that people can get through this area here. I think the other thing we're going to do is put in some emergency services, and we'll put some campus police in. Actually, can we put a prison? Actually, I haven't checked my prison. We've got the space out here for maybe we'll just drop that on the edge of the campus. Okay, I'm not seeing the meteorite at the moment. Okay. Right, let's just get water in. Put some water over here, then like that. And maybe we'll just do some cross connections in case we get any earthquakes or anything like that. Right, so we got a school there. Let's just get in. Actually, let's just put in. We'll just zone in this area here, like that. I can hear a rumble. I can hear the rumble. I can't see. There it comes.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
I got water in the moment. Sorry guys. This is going to be a little bit wacky. I know this is a bit ridiculous, but why not? Let's have a bit of fun, guys. We seen a meteorite came in here and did it. I'm just going to stroke that through like that. And just see if the water will flow through. This lake should be higher than that. That's why I built the channel for you, mate, so you can actually fill that actually in. So we got a little bit of an extension to the lake there now. Anyway, back to what we meant to be doing. It's just, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I've zoned this area in, and what I want is some policies, and we're going to have high-tech housing here. I wonder if you can mix high-tech housing with the, and we're going to have some electric cars, recycling. Let's just make this area a really nice area to live in. And can you actually put in the residential? Oh no, because we got high. Okay, can we got self-sufficiency buildings, and then let's see what this looks like when it's actually finished. Units back in a big wodge of residential here, like that. We have to work on some footpaths to connect all this area up. I think it's just, I can get that. Will that draw the power across? Not quite, but we could get across. Actually, what I could do is do that. That would bridge the power across. That means I don't have to use power lines. And what I'm going to need to do now is put some footpaths in. We want our residents to be able to do it. Now, one of the downsides of these roads is that people will not cross these centre reservations. And I know there are mods that allow you to. Oh, great. Okay. Sorry, you've got to move over a little bit. That should now. Yeah, I know there are mods that allow you to put crossings in, but there are ways around it, and I'm just going to show you. I just want to put these, pick this whole area up like this, and I'm going to put a footpath down like that, and then we're going to put a connection just to there. What on earth is this? Oh, this is the helicopter place I put in, didn't it? And police helicopters. I'm just going to connect that to there. Again, you've got a situation here, so I connect that to there. That got this to there, and then we can connect this to here. That connects that area up like that. This can connect to there. That kind of connects up the whole area and puts it together. And what we can do is just zone in this whole area through like this. And we've got an academic report. Students 1,555, 653. This is my engineering campus. So that's staying acclaimed. And it looks like my new university's got some status. We've now got a cafeteria, fountain, gymnasium, and outdoor study area. Okay, we'll get back to that. What I do need to do is look through here a little bit. And we've got demand for commercial. Kind of don't really want to put commercial down here. I think what we could do is put a little bit of commercial in here. So we could just sneak in here and maybe just cross like that, and we'll put a little bit of a cul-de-sac in here, and just put sneak some commercial into here, and that will suck up that extra demand. We could, just to make this place look a little bit more cosmopolitan, I'll put some university, not university offices there. In fact, what we could do is just put some offices along here. Now I've got the footpaths in, so that will just de-zone this area here. I mean, of any zoning that I like on these types of road is I tend to like offices, because they don't actually generate, or normal offices, not any advanced offices, but offices tend to act as sound barriers. They don't affect anything else, and they do make people relax. Actually, sorry, off offices, I've just noticed something which I was going to do, and I'm just going to slow the game up a bit actually, and I'm just going to the space already occupied. Okay, and I'm just going to dezone, because there is a problem here. If you watch the people here, they walk down here, down to the crossing and back up again. So what we do need to do here is just give them a little bit of assistance with respect to, I'm just going to do is put in a bridge like that. And, okay, why is that? Ah, great. Okay, let's get that back. Have to have a nice and wide like that. And by putting in a footbridge like that, what you will see is people that want to get across won't walk all the way down to this junction or up to this junction. They will quite happily then, and I think we'll just put in a little bit of small office stuff in there like that. So that's looking good. I'm happy with that. I've every confidence that my residents are going to start going up over that area there. Have a look at these high-tech buildings. A little bit of zoning there. Oh no, yeah, they're okay. It's just no one's in a rush to move in. We've now sucked up that area. We're now up to 77,000. Let's do a little bit of work on our university, because this is the one here. So you need some academic works. Okay, that area there. Now we do need to develop this area here. I've got our commercial area there. Got that. I put a footpath under here just to speed things up. We've got the metro station here, so let me just put this in, and maybe we'll just go out like that. And what did we gain from? We got gymnasium. Okay, this. Right, what we got? Outdoor study area. Let's put we get a study area in. Oh, that's the metro station there. Let's put the study area there, and we get a cafeteria in. Cafeteria there, and if we put the gymnasium, we get the gymnasium that side. After they've embarked on eating, they can jump across the road and indulge in a little bit of exercise to burn off all those extra calories. And so what's a fountain? There we are. And we can tie that in with the university there. And we could probably do another study hall or something up here as well. We fit. Wow, that's big. Maybe if we bring the road up like that, and then that fits. Yeah, we get another study hall over here. And if we can find the tag for the university, where are you? Where is it? I can't. It's got to be in here somewhere. There it is. So what have we got here? So we're still a little bit short for campus effectiveness, and we're actually losing money, but who cares? We're making lots of money. Actually, let's just drop something else in here then. What can we put in here? Anything that's... We've got the fountain. Got dormitories, study hall. We've got a little club here. We've got the club over here, so well, let's make this into a little bit of an entertainment area, and then that should, yeah, that makes campus effectiveness there. So our campus is coming along quite nicely. We've got this area here. I'm very tempted to how can you say, expand this expand this zone over. Oops. Expand this over this way, like this. And what we can do is just put a little bit more residential along here like this. Then we can just drop in a little bit of offices along this side here. In fact, we can drop offices in, get rid of that. Just drop the offices along there. That will, I mean, we could keep pushing the residential out. Oh, traffic lights. Traffic lights have got to go. I detest traffic lights. So, oops. Back to normal mode. Back in traffic lights. Go. Any more traffic lights here? Yes, go. Make sure that no one sneaked any traffic lights in on that. So I think that's coming up quite nicely. I think just for the fun of it, we're going to. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
Okay, game, why have you suddenly developed a great massive thing to give me lots of problems with storms? Now, one thing about thunderstorms in this game is that what you've got to do is watch out for your exposed power lines. It really loves to bring down the power lines. If you've got exposed power lines, life can be very difficult for you. We've got plenty of water. I think for the moment we can just zone in a whole raft of people around like that. And you can just go on this little bit of a curve here. Get a little bit of heights. So it's the thunderstorm coming in.
A thunderstorm is battering.
What we've got to keep an eye on is this power line here, because I think it's one of the few power lines I got left, but it drives all my water, my dirty water. So if that takes out that power line, well, in fact, what I'm going to do is use the thunderstorm as an excuse to work on this area here, because what I need to do now is we've got, isn't that water come through? Well, that's annoying. My lake hasn't expanded. Okay. Sorry, guys. No. Just make the crater a little bit deeper, like that. And then the water will flow in and a lake on the bottom. I want to keep an eye on this, check this. It looks like we're getting fires actually. Can't see any. Oh look, here we are. This is what I was talking about. Power. Yeah, so the power's fluctuating, but it hasn't actually taken it. Ah, there we are. Let's go. I hate you, game. I can almost guarantee it was going to attack that area there. Right, while that's running, I'm just going to pause the game to stop the thunderstorm. What I want to do is just put in a junction in here. I think we can knock that back a little bit, like that. And what we're going to do is, if we can get in, I think that will work. move it over a little bit like that. I'm going to get to the highway. We're going to snick off these areas here like that. And we'll stay freestyle. I must admit that this freeform road is one of my favourite forms of road layout that you can get, especially for highways. Just come up like that. I think there's a certain element of fun in laying out highways which aren't exactly what you're expecting to do. Just going to unlock that. And of course, what we're going to have to do is put the rail lines in. Okay. And then we can go underground. It's the rail line there. So let's go up here and take that up there. So we've now got a new entrance to our city here. We're running at 80,000. Just make sure we got power. Everything's okay. Nothing's burnt down. And the storm's gone over. We've now got a new entrance to our city here. Now, one thing I am going to have to be very careful of, because what I don't want to do is create a rat run through here. So what I'm thinking is we create a zone area here, just here, and we're going to push it out to our newly flooded crater like that. And straight away what we're going to do is put a policy on this of we're going to put an old town policy on here and a heavy traffic ban straight away. What that means is that if I connect, which I will do, I will connect through here, but I will connect through with a single track, 2 one-way roads, and that means that if any trucks coming through wanting to get down into this area, they're going to have to come in through here and follow the path up round there. They won't be able to cut through here. So I think we need to go fairly big time here. So what we're going to do is come here. And I think we'll put the ubiquitous roundabout. Let's have a look. If we would like to have the option to go that way, so if I come that way, and then if we come up 180 that way, 180 that way, and we're just going to hook in 180 that way, that way, and I'm just going to, I will do this the right way round for once. So we're just going to hook that up like that, and then of course we're going to grade it immediately. I think we use soundproof because we want to be friendly to everyone who's going to live over this side of the city. So we got that built up. Just stick off these so that we can go back to free form. And I think you should be able to like that, and you can out like that. That gives us a oops. And I think what the way I want to connect this up. And this isn't particularly that wide. So what we could do is quite literally straight road. Actually what we could do is come out like that, and across like that. And then and just sneak through a series of, and that's the wrong way round. We can then hook this up, and that's not gonna, always the inside curve that can be a problem. And we can then hook up that like that, and like that, and then bring you forward a little bit further. That gives you a straight run into there, and then you a straight run into there. You can come off one like a little bit more, and you can join up like that, and just that's that direction. And it's just gonna drop out this area like that. Now I will probably end up upgrading this road eventually, but what we need to be is very careful that we don't actually create a highway. I'm just going to create a two-way flow here like this. So we've now got this road through here like this. We've got, and what I'm very tempted to do now is we've got a commercial area here. Trouble is, most of our residences are that way. And what we could do is we've got a little bit of demand for residential, so we could go that way for residential and this side for commercial and industrial. Okay, let's just, what is this area here? What's this? Historical building. Yeah, I mean that's environmentally friendly. This is just normal commercial. Okay. Here. What we're going to do is split you like that, and then put another little area in like this, and then what we're going to do is you are going to be organic, you are going to be entertainment. In fact, we're going to push you out a little bit further this way. So we're going to bring you through here like this. We're going to design an area like this. I know I'm slowly pushing towards Grove Park, but to be honest, this doesn't actually have to be that wide. And we can just push this out a little bit like that. And then what we can do is bring a two-way road off down like that. And then we can just come in like that. We go freestyle here, just to follow the path of the highway. And as you, and actually just now this is stay freestyle. This is only a, oh, this is a commercial area, so that can come in like that. We're going to build a typical UK city centre now, because unfortunately for all you lucky people who live around the world, the concept of grids has completely escaped the British town planning system. In fact, to give you an example, I currently live on a road which was in a house that was built in the 1930s, and the actual road follows the original carriage road that went up to a stately home, and it's not straight. And so despite the fact that this whole area where I live was planned in the 1930s, the road I actually live on and a couple of roads nearby still follow the original carriage, big house carriage byway that was, as I say, was laid out probably 100 years before. And it probably never even occurred to the people developing it to say, well, we've got this nice big open space here, because it was originally apple orchards. So it probably never even occurred to them to say, well, this is a nice big open space. Why don't we lay out a nice neat grid system? No. So what they do, and again, you actually see this, like, so again, sorry I keep on banging on about this, but I find it very entertaining, because one of my fascinations is the way different cultures and people around the world approach the same problem. You know, so for example, I think a lot of American small towns were originally built like this because they were built in the middle of nowhere, so they tend to have a main street with a main crossroads in the center. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but that's the way you did it. You come along and you said, this is a nice open space, we'll do it here. And in this country, what you'd have is a big greenfield site, and what you'd have is, if I can find it here, I mean, we can do a bit of fun here. And what you'd have is an ancient cattle driving road like that, that's probably been around since kind of 1066 or something like that. And the British town planners would come along and say, right, we're going to build a new town here. Right, so this is going to be the main road. So what we're going to do is just upgrade it, and we'll make it into and this is what they do. They'd say, right, our main road is going to follow the old cattle drovers track like this. So you start off with a road like that, and then the next thing they would probably do is say some ancient farm or something over here. There's some farm track that goes off that way. So then they would say, right, let's just follow this farm track out like here to here. And there'd be some house there that's probably long since disappeared. And this is how they would plan things in this country. If things follow traditional paths, which and even in greenfield sites, I mean, I know that our city centres tend to be following things, and what they actually found is in places like, for example, in York, the main road layout in York still effectively follows the roads that were laid out by the Vikings. And we're just going to, I mean, we're going to have to get a bit of residential in here fairly quickly, because if we don't, this area is not going to develop very quickly. So, right, so we now got this area here, and of course, what we're going to do is to get people to move in. Just going to hook this up. I'm aware of the time as well, guys. So let me just do this, and then this is where I'm going to wind the video up. And I think we're fine. Door junction here. I was going to go residential over there, but I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to chuck that up like that, and you can come off like that and like that. You can follow the path along there, and I mean, I'm just chucking roads down in a completely arbitrary way now. And right, so we've now got Grove Park. It's just, yeah, so we've got Grove Park here. I think because this is now going to be a residential area, what we're going to do is, I think we're going to go high-tech housing again. And auto industrial, and let's make this an environmentally friendly area as well, and power usage. So we've got plenty of money coming in, so it's not like we need to worry. And I think the other thing we'll do is do exactly what we did last. Oh, we've already got that lined up, so I'm just going to parking. And of course we're going to need to work on public transport. Of course we don't want our residents to suffer from the noise problems of the industrial or commercial area, so I'm just going to plug that in like that. Okay, let's just do a quick little bit of work with the metro. Right, we've got a metro line there, so what we could do is I can't do that. What we can do is put one there, and then you can come out to about there, and I think if we put one, it's a bit close together, so we just drop that out like that. And metro. And what we could do then is curve that round to, okay, let's go with my terrible town planning over here. We can hook through here like that, and you can hook up to there like that. You can go out here. I'm just gonna come back again. We've now got that area there, so where's you're right in the middle of there. Certainly going to need to dezone you and put in some offices there. Probably put a little bit of office commercial there, and that can just wait. Right, got no water. Okay, and just going to chuck out that. And make about 440 again, and just go up that way. So we've now got this area up and running, getting a little bit of demand growing. And what's that? Okay, I've left a little gap there, but we can fill that in. And what we need is elementary education. Let's get some. What we could do is, where's the metro station? Can't see it. We got. Let's just have a quick. Yeah, the metro station's just there. So we put a school there, another one there, and put the high school there, so it means that students can get to it very quickly. Make sure we got the coverage. Elementary is still a little bit low, but probably because we don't have elementary education over here. And I think what we can do is just drop that in there. And how's the high school coverage here? Not good. Okay, let's can we get a high school in there? Nope. Get a high school there. So that should develop this area. See, we're now running at 83,000, which is pretty good. We've got some resources in here. Let me just drop some. I want to drive this fairly quickly, so what we could probably do is a park in there. We'll get a. Well, we're going to need a crematorium, so we can put a crematorium out there. What we could do is probably put. I know we shouldn't really put a crematorium next to. Maybe that's a bit inappropriate. Shouldn't be really putting it next to a school. Drop that in the centre. That will drive it. I think we can probably get a medical clinic in as well. We put a medical clinic there, so that should. So we just need to bridge this little gap here. And Well, we're close to two schools, so let's put some sports facilities in. That now bridges this through really nicely, and I think we've got a little bit of a gap here, and no one's going to really want to live next to the railway, so we're just going to drop that in like that. So we've now got this big area here. We can grow it out. Let's put some more areas in here, so that the city will just grow out in its own natural pace. And back that out like that, and we'll just put the offices along the bottom from a noise perspective, and we'll just put some offices there because we got a metro station joined up with an area here of so I think that would work. That would fill in quite nicely. This is now starting to flow. We're getting some trucks in here. Just want to check the zoning, and well, we can probably just want to let me see. We need to push this back so that people can get in and out. But at the same time, I want these junctions to define the limits of what can be done. So traffic coming into here will have to come round here, up into here to feed this, and traffic feeding this side will have to come up to here. So this would be the defining boundary. So that what that should do, we've got no fire station. I don't think I put a fire station in, so we better let's just get you in here so you can put out the fire. And I suppose we better put police in. A police department. Let's go for a fairly large police department on this area here, so it's got wider coverage. And of course, the other thing we're also going to need is garbage collection. So I think what we're going to do is just spark up I think we'll go for a bit of pollution over here, because this is going to become a fairly big city. So and what else can we put in here? A tax office in, and that should although I'm not sure why everyone would be happy with the presence of a tax office. And we've got an official park. Can't get that in there. So maybe we'll just drop that in as well. That will drive up. So that makes noise. Right. Just a quick check. Well, that won't be too bad. These people will just have to put up a little bit of noise from the official park here. So that's looking good. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. You see we're now up to 184,000. And what I will probably do is run this series till we get to 100,000. And then that's where I'm going to call it. And then I'm going to work on my new project. What we're going to do is reset all these unique buildings here. And then as part of building the city, so I do want to unlock this, is we will go through all the ways that you can unlock those distinct unique buildings. So if any of you guys have had problems with how to unlock them in that series, I would address it. There's also some unique buildings which are unlocked with some of the scenarios. So what I might do is redo some of the scenarios, especially the disaster scenarios, because they were the first scenarios that were released with the disasters DLC. And of course, since then we've had green cities, industries, and of course now campus. So it could be quite fun to redo some of those disaster scenarios with all the new options, just to see whether they're easier or more difficult, just for the fun of it, guys. So that's the project I'm going to go up to. And of course, the other thing also is that I will be trying to build a city, say in the direction of maybe 300,000 population more, just to see how far we go. I'm sorry, I've got to connect that up. It's just annoying me. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.